Hey, welcome everyone. So we're gonna talk about getting the new legendary ring Conflux, and I'm just gonna take you on my journey of crafting it. I've already acquired most of the materials through World versus World gameplay. I'm gonna leave a few tips to kind of get through the Emblem Avenger and Conqueror a little bit more quickly. Definitely two different playstyles that are going to get through there more quickly, and just if you're trying to get through it here real quick. So we're up in the Shiver Peaks right now at Soundfrost Gorge, where the Germag event is, and we're on a map right now that's had the Germag event completed, so we're going to pick up our Icy Runestones here, because we're going to need 100 of these for the crafting. I will put the materials list up here so that you can see what the items are, and I will also leave a link to the Guild Wars 2 efficiency site, which is super fantastic for helping you craft. It will if you put in your API key, it will show you what materials you have on your account, where you stack up against other players. And if you're doing crafting recipes, it will show you what materials you already have to do that and how much gold you're going to need if you do buy or purchase orders directly on the trading post. So you can get an idea of how close you are to completing a specific piece of gear. So I'll leave a link to that down in the comment in the section below, so go ahead, check that site out. It's fantastic, great resource. And what we're going to do now is we are going to go for the next part of this, and we are going to go to World versus World, and we are going to pick up the ring that we need, as well as the other legendary components we're going to need from World versus World. Alright, so while we're waiting for these items to finally finish coming in and we're rotating some camps here, let's go ahead over the list of everything that we're going to need for the craft. We're going to just go through the crafting steps that we're going to do, and then what I'll do is I'll just cut through to having the crafting the item here at the end. So, and I'll put the items up on the screen as well. So for the first step, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making the Mystic Essence of Strategy, and for that you're going to need 20 vials of Powerful Blood, 50 vials of Potent Blood, 250 Bloodstone Dust, and 1 Essence of Strategy. So second item that we're going to be crafting is Mystic Essence of Animosity. And for that, you're going to need 250 Ancient Bones, 50 Large Bones, 250 Imperial Fragments, and 1 Essence of Animosity. The third item that you're going to need is the Mystic Essence of Carnage. You're going to need 20 Armored Scales, 50 Large Scales, 250 Dragonite Ore, and 1 Essence of Carnage. The fourth item that you're going to need is going to be Mystic Essence of Annihilation. You're going to need 20 of the Vicious Claws, 50 of the Large Claws, and 10 Dark Matter Globs of Ecto, as well as Essence of Annihilation. The fifth item you're going to need is going to be the Gift of Warfare, where you're going to need Mystic Essence of Strategy, Mystic Essence of the Animosity, Mystic Essence of the Carnage, and Mystic Essence of the Annihilation. So those 4 items that we just created, those are going to be going into the Mystic Forge. The next step after we've completed that is we're going to be making the war accommodation out of the Emblem of the Conqueror, which is the emblem for capturing 100 objectives, the Mist Pearl, the Mist Enhanced Mithril, and the Gift of Warfare, which we just created in the previous step. So for the 7th item, we're just going to need 250 shards of glory from PvP to get the Gift of Glory. You don't necessarily have to PvP for those. You can buy them relatively inexpensive on the trading post if you don't want to head into PvP and earn yourself 250 of those. And then you will also need 250 of the Memories of Battle at this point to make the Gift of War. And then after you've crafted that, step 9 is going to be making a cube of stabilized dark energy. If you're familiar with doing ascended crafting at this point, you know that's going to come from salvaging ascended gear. It is guaranteed to get the dark ball of dark energy from either a piece of armor or a weapon. And there is a chance that it will drop if you are salvaging ascended trinkets. And then you will need stabilizing matrices, which you will also receive from salvaging ascended rings. You can also buy those on the trading post. But go ahead and look and see what's best for you. If you have a whole lot of ascended gear, it might be a little bit better to just go ahead and salvage some of it. If you don't, go ahead and probably just pick those up off of the trading post. Next is the Gift of the Mists, and that is a Gift of Battle, so that's acquired through completing the Gift of Battle reward track in World vs. World, Gift of Glory, and Gift of War, which we just purchased, or purchased from the Mystic Forge vendor, and then the Cube of Dark Stabilized Energy, which was just created from the previous step. So step 11, we have the Gift of the World, so that is Icy Runes. So that is where we just started this video, up there near Jormag, where you take the waypoint up there right by Jormag, and then you're going to go over to the vendor where Jormag's cannons would be, and you purchase 100 of those Icy Rune Stones. And then using the last 3 steps, the War Combination, Gift of Wars, and Dedication of War, and putting those into the Mystic Forge. The next steps are going to be creating the gifts that you're going to be needing, the Gifts of Blood, the Gift of Venom, Gift of Totems, and Gift of Dust, where you're going to need respectively 200 of the tier 5 item, 200 of the tier 6 item, 500 of the tier 5 item, 100 of the tier 4 item, and 100 of the tier 3 item. And after that, you will do the same thing for the gifts of Scales, Bones, Fangs, and Magic. And you will combine each of those 4 groups together to create the Gift of Condensed Magic and the Gift of Condensed Might. And then with that, 250 Mystic Coins and 77 Mystic Clovers, you will make the Mystic Tribute item. And then the last item to create before the big merge to make this item is taking the Gift of Conquering, and that is created by putting 1 Legendary Spike with 4 Gifts of Battle, 250 Memories of Battle, and 2 Vision Crystals. And then after that, you take all of those end products, so the Mistband, the Gift of the World, Mystic Tribute, Gift of the Conquering, and you put them into the Mystic Forge, and you will come out with Slumbering Conflux. Alright everyone, here we are. We are at the end of the road with needing all of the materials. So I've gotten everything off of the TP at this point. We're down to the final 4 items. So let's go ahead and put these into the Mystic Forge. And there we go, Slumbering Conflux, new legendary ring. So we just need to get it one step further to get the animation, but we can now throw this on to our character. So as you can see, no animation for this ring, just the stat swappables, and once we have that going for the... Alright everyone, and so for the final step here, taking this all the way to Slumbering Conflux, it's a pretty easy recipe. Just need 250 unidentified dies, the emblems of the Avenger, and your Slumbering Conflux that we just went through and made. So let's go ahead, get that into the forge, and get this all the way up. And there we go. Full Conflux. Let's go ahead, equip this, and take a look at all of the hard work that we just put into going through and getting this. And just a side note, if you're wondering, Mystic Forge Conduit is something you can either purchase off of the trading post or craft. It is cheaper to craft. If anyone's interested in a guide on how to do that, I can talk about that. Most of the components you can get off of the trading post, and you can make this for, last time I checked, I think it was under 100 gold so that you can make this for. Super handy to have Mystic Forge anywhere you're at. So just a side plug for that. Let's go ahead and take a look. Nice, so there it is. Conflux. So got some char circling around in the orb, and look at that. It's pretty cool. Just kind of looks like stone mist there. Alright everyone, well thanks for watching. Hopefully you're all having a good day and staying safe. Until next time, catch you then.